Are y'all doing like the beginning? Y'all good?
Short notice. Ready? What's good, everybody? It's your boy JB.
And I'm Loso.
And today, we got a special live. First off, how you been doing, Loso? How everything been going with you, man?
Man, I'm tired.
What you tired?
Work, man. I've been working every day. You done put me on the spot with this live about this boycott stuff. So
I mean, well, we just putting awareness out there of what's supposed to happen tomorrow, what we're supposed to do at 12 o'clock tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I guess we can get into it. It's the economic blackout on February 28th, which is tomorrow. And of course, it's a nationwide protest organized by the People's Union in the USA in response to the rollback of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Initiative, the DEI, by the federal government. And of course, we're supposed to boycott major corporations. What's your outlook on that? Because I hear a lot of mixed emotions about it. I hear a lot of people saying, well, everybody just got different opinions on it, man. What you think about it?
I want your opinion first.
Well, I'm not I'm not gonna lie. I didn't kind of learn about this until about 4 or 5 days ago. And what made me call you, hit the group chat, I was like, everybody keep talking about let's go ahead and do we need to do a live and we need to do a show on it. So I was like, well, we can do a little small live. And I guess my outlook on it is this. It's in the right direction, but just like everything that the people, I'm just not gonna say the Black community, the people, we have to come together and we have to organize. Because if it is, you just piss it in the wind, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this. It's in the right direction. But we have to seriously come together as a collective, the people, and we gotta do it. Or else we just tread in water like we've been for so many years. I mean, let's just be honest. Because let's just really dig deep down into it. So I think the black dollar in this world, in this country, correct me if I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? This is a group discussion. The black dollar is the most heavily spent dollar year after year, right? I think we in the trillions, right? So of course our dollars don't circulate in our community. And a lot of people feel like these big corporations look at it like this. We gonna what they call it with the election, we gonna sponsor or support whoever we want to because they're gonna buy from us anyway. So whatever agenda we feel like is more for us to benefit, we're gonna support them. Who cares about their voice? And the whole thing about it is this: if you didn't get your vote, then what's the next thing? Economic protest. And I think that's where we at now. I think that's what a lot of people doing, especially after the DEI initiative got, took away. Everybody trying to send a message. What you think?
So it's tomorrow, February 28th.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we boycott for 24 hours. We don't go to Walmart, we don't go to Target, we don't shop on Amazon, we don't get gas. Basically, we don't shop with none of these major corporations.
Yeah.
So do we just do that for 24 hours, or is that gonna continue to roll over to the next day?
So, shout out to Mr. What's his name? Ring. Like I just met him today. We talked on the phone. He told me if everybody come together as a collective and we do this boycott the right way, even if we put the smallest dent in there, it can raise awareness to the bigger corporations and make them say, what if they do this again? What if they do this on a wider, bigger margin? What if they make this thing more effective? How would it affect us moving forward? So And he explained, like, even if it don't work, then we tried this. We did something.
Right.
Don't just sit and do nothing. And honestly, you know, I'm just playing devil's advocate a little bit. I hear people when they say, because I thought the same thing. I was like, yeah, well, we're going to do it on the 28th. But then when it comes around to the first, what are we doing then?
Right.
I mean, is we still scrounging to the same places and getting gas and everything? And, you know, we want to hear from the people, like, is that what we're going to do? Is that effective? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the only way I can see it working, this is just my opinion, it's gonna have to be more than 24 hours. Like, we can't just say we not gonna buy from Walmart or Target or get gas for 24 hours, because a 24-hour hit not gonna put a dent in $1 billion corporation's pocket. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna have to be like, you have to do this for like weeks. And then when you get to talking weeks, you got to think like, can we even survive? You know, I'm not saying we can't, because I don't know where people shop. I'm saying just on a day-to-day, me and you, if you had to go, I'm just gonna say a week of not shopping at Walmart, what would you do? I mean, and it's kind of bad for us down here because all we got is Walmart.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
the bigger cities, they got other stores that they they can pick other than Walmart. But
and they got heavier options. So
right.
I think for them it's probably more, you know what I'm saying, convenient for them to be able to say, okay, we can X out the big corporation. Right. When you go to an Atlanta, right. Dallas, the Houston, the LAs, and all these different spots, we can go to, you know, we can avoid a bigger corporation and we can thrive like that. But, you know, the places like us, though, and we want people to, you know, this ain't us just saying we can't do it. We want people to chime in, how can we do it in a smaller city, right. In a smaller town.
South Arkansas as a whole. I'm talking Akron, Strong, Camden, Magnolia, all of it. Okay, so if we were to boycott successfully, where are we going to shop if we can't go to Walmart? Like, I really want to know. And then you saying like, you know, we're gonna order something offline. Some stuff you just can't order offline that you need.
Yeah. I mean, and I understand, like, I'm not against it because I'm sure we can find a way, but I'll say this: if we're gonna do this, let's not treat this as this is the big thing. Yeah. We gotta go about it as a trial and error. If we're gonna start this tomorrow, we're gonna see how it goes, but then it's trial and error. We still gotta stick with it. We gotta keep coming up with a plan. We gotta, as a collective, the whole world, the people, we got to figure out how to keep this going to where our voice can finally be heard. Because I do feel like if the Black community ain't putting that billions, $1 trillion back into all these corporations, then they will have to listen to us. I agree with that. I know that's possible. But I feel like even the people from bigger cities, they need to be able to reach out to the leaders of the communities around here, like South Arkansas, like Union County, like other smaller areas, and y'all need to give us alternatives. Like, this is not just something that we all can do. People really have to come together if you want to do something like this. Like, this is if you're gonna make this a major thing, make it, but we gotta be organized. And I hate to say it, but that's just something in our community we haven't been able to, you know what I'm saying, kind of grasp.
And for all the people that's going crazy about it on social media, like, it take more than just, you know, reposting and talking about it. Like, you got to be the one that's going out leading, saying, hey, we not gonna lose and actually stand on it. Don't, you know, get almost into the, you know, the next day and say, oh, I need this from Walmart. I'm just gonna wait till March 1st.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna wait till March 1st, then you should just got it February 28th. Like I say, I think it's gonna take more than a 24-hour time frame. Like, it's gonna be way bigger than 24 hours. It's got to be way bigger than 24 hours.
Okay, so one of the things, we just going, I did a little research and everything, and you know, of course it's a 24-hour nationwide protest. They said what to do on February 28th. So we're gonna start at one of the key points was avoid purchases at targeted corporations, including Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, gas stations, and fast food restaurants. So when you have, okay, we just had the election, right? And the owners, the CEOs of these companies stand behind Trump. A lot of them stood behind Trump. And, a lot of people was against that. It just depends on who you voted for. But, they feel like Trump give minorities the smaller end of the stick when it comes to, running this country. So I feel like this. If all of those places are doing this, how do we, like, how can I say this? How can we draw away from them? Like, how do we draw away from them if they have our essentials that we need?
That's a tough question. And that was my point before the cameras got rolling. And I'm like, okay, so they saying we're not supposed to buy gas for one day. Which, don't get me wrong, it will help a little.
Yeah.
But like I said, if this is gonna actually work to make, like for example, when they boycotted Target, but they didn't boycott for just one day. Like they boycotted Target for like months, and it actually hit Target. You still had people shopping there, of course, but they actually felt us not shopping at Target. But for whatever reason, then guess what? People back shopping at Target. And that's my whole point with it. Like, we can't just do something for the time being because it's cool. That's what Bob was doing for because it's cool. But as soon as that light or as soon as something else come on in the world, we say, "I'll forget it. I can start back shopping at Target." Like, don't let this boycott be dead. If you're gonna boycott, stand on it. Stand on it from February 28th until they actually start feeling it. And not just until the next best thing come up, we say forget Target and go on to the next thing.
Okay. And I mean, the next key point was living spending essentials, which I mean we kind of talk about essentials now, I don't know who owns the dollar store. You know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure it's
I don't know. But let's just say we go from Walmart. In our area, we go from Walmart and we start shopping there. What if it's like the same kind of person? We putting out the money to them, and they endorse the same political figures that's against our views. You know what I'm saying? Then what do we do? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same thing.
And that's just like I had a conversation on my way here, and the topic was, Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He a hateful person, this and that. He this and that, which I agree. But the one thing I can say, and I'm not, into the discussing politics with people, but this is what I can say about Trump. He don't hide how he feels. No. Like if he don't like it, he's straight up, and I don't respect him, but I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not hiding. The rest of the presidents, that's what they do. They hide. Yeah, I mean, if we being honest, in my lifetime, how many presidents been out there that just really, really just was for the people? You can't name me 5. So that's why I really don't get into that. Trump's so hateful, this and that. He don't care about us. Man, if we being realistic, Trump just putting his hate on the front street. Yeah. Like the rest of the presidents, they, hide behind the tree, in the hateful way.
So one way I do see it though, man, is this. And back to the original thing, I think it's the right direction. But I mean, just like me, I found out about this like 4 days ago. Like I said, I brought it out y'all together, like, man, let's go and do live on it last minute, you know what I'm saying? So we can just put some awareness on it. So I mean, regardless of how we feel about it, we putting it out there. We letting it be known, you know. And I feel like it's a good thing to do because the only way they're gonna hear you is through an economic hit. Like that's where we at. Like I don't think protesting and all that other stuff working no more, man. And honestly, I don't feel like it never.
Okay, so if you want to boycott something, why won't we boycott going to work? Hey, we talking about boycott. Won't you not go to work? I'm just saying. Because seeing all of us work for who? Or work for what? We work for somebody that's in the same position as Walmart, Target, Amazon. So let's just not go to work. If we're gonna boycott.
I'm not against that. I'm just saying, like, you gotta go to work.
I'm just saying. So
I take a day out.
my point is, okay, if we gonna do it, let's just do it.
Let's just do it. I agree.
Don't just boycott once, but let's just do everything.
Let's do it all.
Yeah.
But I think for real change, it does take sacrifice. And that's why I'm not against this notion, because I feel like it's worth it. I mean, it's worth a try. It's worth a try. It's worth a try.
Somebody said they've been boycotting for the longest. They get stuff from Walgreens, Dollar Tree, Brookshire's. Okay, so I got a question for you. I do agree. Okay, so you talking about Walgreens, Dollar Tree, and Brookshire's. So who owned those places? I'm not getting one. I really don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I want to know who owned the Dollar Trees and the Walgreens and the Brooks. Is it like somebody local or is it a bigger chain?
Well,
I don't know.
And the more I'm
reading Walgreens, just like in Walgreens.
And the more I'm reading this, okay, and the more I'm reading this, the more I'm kind of understanding. All of these people, all these companies that we're talking about are people who are major, well-known CEOs and owners. And let's just say, like I say, Trump don't have the best agenda for minorities, and they endorsed him. So these people are affecting the political outcome when it comes to elections and stuff. Right. So the only way we can get a fair shot and have our voice heard is by boycotting these certain people. And I understand that. But at the end of the day, I feel like it takes a whole lot more. It's going to be a whole lot more than the boycott.
So Reed Ricky come in and tell you what you're doing. He said, I might rub some feathers, but Trump is more for the people, in my opinion. Just at times, just the way you go about doing certain things. I don't agree with it. Stop asking for government handout. We all got the same 24 hours.
All right, let me read that again.
I still don't know who owned like Walgreens and dollar stores and stuff like that. Is it?
Okay, so I understand that, and I believe in starting your own businesses and trying to do what we got to do. But even then, like we got to learn to support each other. So it's a whole lot deeper than me personally. I don't agree with government handouts. I think government handouts are the biggest welfare. Is he talking about welfare?
I don't know.
I mean, is he speaking on welfare? Because I think welfare is the worst thing that ever happened to the black community, honestly. But at the end of the day, I don't know what Trump is for. I don't really look into Trump. I'm not a big fan of Trump. I'm not going to say I am, but we have to be careful with that because everybody's not as fortunate as the next man. You know what I'm saying? And until as a community, we learn to pick each other up. And I mean, this is real talk. Yeah. Until we learn to pick each other up, we can't just sit there and tell each other, don't look for handouts, don't do this, because man, we not picking each other up. we ain't even giving each other a chance. We can't even come together as a collective. So we have to be careful when we tell each other to stop looking for handouts, because as a community, who helping who? Everybody ain't gonna be able to do the same thing right now. You know what I'm saying? Are we not supposed to lift each other up?
Yeah, we do.
I mean, so if I can't depend on my brother, which I'm saying that from a sense of the person that's like me, if I can't depend on you to lift me up, then who the next person do I go to? Hell, I gotta go to the person who running this whole thing, the government. And that's the point I'm making. We have to start lifting each other up, or else we have to go to them. Here's my thing about it, and don't quote me on this. Like, when you look at the Asian community in this country, if you look at the Arab community in this country, one thing about the Spanish people, I don't want to say, but you know what I'm saying? They come here, do what they gotta do to elevate each other, and then next thing you know, another nail shop or gas station pops up, right? You know what I'm saying? Those stores, whatever they doing. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? So if I can't get it from you, then I go to the person with the infrastructure, with the power and the structure. What do you feel about it? You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to keep up with the economy. Because Bird made a good comment a while ago. I don't know.
Now you gotta get into it.
She pretty much was saying, like, it's not about shopping at a major corporation. It's about what they stand for. And I definitely get that. But here's my thing with that. Well, I mean, I guess I ain't gonna say it, but it's just one of them things where we publicly know certain corporations don't fool with us, but who's to say that it won't be a scene in the next 6 months that the people that we are supporting right now, while we not supporting the Walmarts and the Targets, don't come out with saying some of the same thing that the Walmarts and the Targets done said.
Yeah. But I agree, and see, that's where your dilemma comes, because I agree with Bird. It's not about who owns them, it's about what those corporations choose to do with your money. They get your money, and then they endorse somebody who don't own the same political views as you. What if you were one of the people out there working who benefited from the DEI initiative, the affirmative action initiative, and you just lost your job? But I stopped at Walmart every day. I mean, come on. When Target got rid of their DEI initiative program or whatever, you know what I'm saying? People boycotted them because, man, we working here, man, we spending here. So I think they got sued them. So, I mean, we got to be careful when we say it's the Trump for the people. No, Trump for the people that benefits him and his people. And I mean, can I be mad at him for that? No, I ain't mad at him for it because he already showed his hand, like you said.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not mad at a person for showing their hand. Hell,
you can't be mad.
If I didn't vote for him, then the people who voted for him, I guess that's who he's doing it for. He told me, I already knew what was up when he became president. Like you said, he ain't never hide it to me. He didn't hide nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see. Court said, in the black community, these messengers on the daily speech knowledge and positive vibe, but it ain't who the black community wants, so they ignore it. I agree 100% with that. I mean, with black people in our community, we have voices, but do you have to have a certain status or a certain, I don't know, popularity to be a voice?
Man, thinking about our last episode, no, it wasn't last, the one that we had this year.
Yeah.
When I said two people can make the same post.
Yep, you said that.
If one person popular and one person is what we call a lame, and the lame person make in a whole lot of things, it's gonna get overlooked. But if a popular person posts some dumb, foolish stuff that don't matter, it'll go viral. So I mean, I definitely agree with Courtney. Like he said, I mean, if the right person ain't saying it, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
And that's bad.
Or if the right person say it, people gonna go against him just because he said it.
Exactly.
Even though he's saying the right thing.
Exactly.
Even though he's saying the right thing, they gonna go against him. So I think this. We got, before anything can work, I still feel like the people in the Black community got to be able to come together.
Yeah, it's gonna take coming together before we do anything. And that's what I was trying to get the person to see that I was, talking to about it on the way here. Like, if you got 30% of the African American community on board, but you got another 70 that's either neutral or don't give a damn, then it's not gonna work. It's gonna take at least 80% of the Black community for it to work. And I'm talking about standing on business for longer than 24 hours.
Okay. Nitra Hill, I feel like welfare is bad for our people. They get you qualified for it. They limit your income and resources to keep you broke and keep you qualified. I'm not saying not to get it. I'm saying don't live on it. I've always said 5 years max in a lifetime for each person, and no more than 6 months to a year once you qualify.
I would read Bird and do it.
I mean, so what you think about the whole welfare thing?
I mean, piggybacking from what you said to what Bird said, Bird is right. I mean, all this stuff that's getting cut or supposedly getting cut, people think that that's just targeting African American because that's just what they want to think. That's just like food stamps. Bro, you think we the only ones that get food stamps realistically?
No.
Exactly. Like, people just saying Trump is just, all against the Black or whatever, which he probably don't like us, and I get that. Yeah. But a lot of stuff that's getting cut is bigger than just Black. So
here's why I do say welfare is the worst thing that happened to the Black people. Because I mean, let's just be honest, y'all. It's not a level playing field.
No.
So the even though they're getting those welfare or benefits, we getting, for us it's a whole lot more stipulation. Yeah. They probably getting them and I'm not no expert on this, but the man probably able to stay in the house. Yeah. They probably got some kind of different kind of right on them.
No,
right.
They know the loopholes.
They know the loopholes that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? You can't have a man in the house. You can't let them know that I stay here.
They kind of go back to what Richard said.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need it or you got to have it, I get it. But if you 100% can't go to work, I mean, you shouldn't be, waiting on no handout.
No, you should. I always said that though. I was like, look, man, I'm not big, and I know a lot of people think I'm wrong. I said it at work one time. I said, I'm not big on giving. If I look at a person out there in front of the gas station or walking the street, and you walking just fine, your limbs are working, I'm not quick to give you no $5. You can go push a broom. I'm not judging them. I said I ain't quick to give you money. Now everybody be down on their luck, but come on, man. Like, what makes you too good to go to work? Like, what's wrong with you where you can't work?
Man, y'all want to support Black men. Y'all can shop over some more.
I mean, yeah, you can.
Sophisticated her.
Sophisticated. We got stuff.
Black men.
I mean, if somebody want to start, hey, as a matter of fact, get some chickens. Hey, get some eggs. I'll buy them. I'll be your number one customer.
But like I was saying, I'm definitely for the boycott.
Yeah, me too.
At the same time, I don't want to be spinning my wheels doing what I got to do to be for the boycott. And you got 70-80% of the other people that's acting like they for really not like it. Like, don't get on social media and tell me what the fuck I can be doing and you not doing it.
Exactly.
Like, don't tell me to not shop at Walmart or Target or Amazon when Walmart bought that 70-inch TV down, $200, you go buy it. Like, they gonna start doing it. And that's what you gonna do.
And that's what I was gonna get on top of. You went on and got into that.
Come on, man.
I think that's gonna be their first. Yeah. That's gonna be their first reaction to this stuff. Throw some sales in.
Yeah, man, you got to
do sales.
The average person steals 75-inch TV at Walmart for $250. That's right. They're going to get it.
A what?
They're going prime example. I'm gonna just use Thanksgiving.
Wait a minute.
You don't even really have Thanksgiving in Black communities no more because of what? Black Friday. Everything on sale. That's what I'm saying. Man. Like you got to know that they gonna try to counter everything we do with something.
They gonna count it.
So if we boycott all these places February 28th, and they even feel like we gonna carry over to March 1st, but they gonna drop the price on something they know we want. And I know if they drop the price on something I want, like I'm breaking.
Ooh, boy, they do that.
Come on, Bird. I ain't saying it like that. Bird talking I'm saying like, nah, that is what I'm saying like this. But you gotta think at one point, Black Friday sale started at like 2 or 3 in the evening.
Yeah.
Man, people was cutting their time short with their family to go stand in line at Walmart for
it. Now,
so with that being said, in these corporations head, they like, okay, so they gonna try to do that, and we gonna do this. You got to know it's gonna be a counter to what we doing. I don't know what the counter gonna be, but it's definitely gonna be one.
Okay, so we spread. Okay, one of the things is spread awareness. Now, I agree with this. If you must spend, choose small or local business. I am not against that. I am not against choosing small or local business. As a matter of fact, like I said, Loso is one of the people I know shopping. I mean, he do that. Any chance I get, I try to do it. I'm not against that at all. You know what I'm saying? That's something. It goes back to when I said, everybody sitting there saying, we all get the same point. Man, we have to help each other, man. We gotta support each other. Because how do you expect a billionaire to sit there and support your views and how you or care about how you feel if you're not even supporting your own people? Right. You gotta be listen, before you can stand up against them, you gotta stand up for your people. Let's get that, man. Let's just keep it real. Every time we have different views and outlooks, I don't care if you voted for Trump. If you are part of my community, part of me, Black, I still got to support you, man. I still got to stand there for you. Now, if you start getting millions of dollars and you want to endorse Trump, then we deal with you. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, man, it's
like, but we got to support each other.
It's bigger than the president in office. At the end of the day, like we can all point the finger and say Trump this or Bush that or Obama that, but like I think was Courtney said earlier, man, it starts in our community. And regardless of who in office, if we don't got unity in our community, I mean, we still at level 1 at the end of the day. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. We got to start with this before we do anything bigger.
Okay, so the potential impact of the blackout. While one day of consumer inactivity may not severely harm major corporations, organizers argue that it serves as a symbolic statement of consumer power. If successful, this could pave the way for future boycotts and prolonged actions against corporations seen as prioritizing profit over social responsibility. What do you think about this?
I mean, we kind of talked about that earlier. Like, if it's successful tomorrow, then you try to do it another day.
Get back to it.
You don't just stop it tomorrow. Like, because if we stop it tomorrow and then go back to normal life March 1st, then they just gonna be prepared to do it for us to do it again like once a month, and that's not gonna hurt them. So in order for us to actually be successful, we got to boycott. Like I said, we got to boycott this thing more than one day.
Yeah, more. Yeah.
I mean, of course, we're not gonna be able to do it forever because it's just some stuff that we gonna have to
until we can build.
Until our voice is heard.
Yeah,
because we gonna have to boycott.
But I do feel like this. As we move forward and like I say, if this happens tomorrow and we put a little dent in them and we get their attention, now we come back together and we organize.
Right.
Okay, this happened. So if we're gonna do this multiple days, here's what we have to do. Give the people somewhere to go. Give them the essentials that we need, tell us where to go. Help us out. You know what I'm saying? Don't just leave us hanging.
Nietzsche here said this country has been built on our backs. We need about 7 days to make a true economic impact.
And we need 7 days worth of preparation. We need to prepare for that. We got to be able to prepare.
But how do you prepare without giving them business while you preparing?
And that's the thing about it. It takes we got to know it. We got to figure that out.
Well, I'll say this. In South Arkansas, it's probably 10 times harder than the Dallas and the Houston.
Oh, most definitely.
The Atlanta, because they got other stores that they can go to. Whereas down here, it ain't, and I'm not making an excuse for South Arkansas either, but it ain't really many stores that we can get some of the things that we need versus the bigger cities. I mean, but we can do our little part to help. But if we was in a bigger city, I think we would be way more successful in the market. Like Bird told me about a store in Phoenix called what's it called, Bird? Burgers or fries or something? Fries, we just need better stores and stuff around to choose from.
Hey, Nitra Hill, a true after action review. Can you give us a little rundown on what you mean by that, if you don't mind? A true after action review. Because I think we probably saying the same thing.
And like I say, I'm totally with hitting the pocket.
Yep.
I'm not here saying I'm against it. I'm totally with hitting the pocket. But this is what I'm saying. Like Nitra said, it's gonna have to be more than 1 day to hit a billionaire corporation pocket.
Yeah,
I'm just being honest. Like, you got people that's gonna sugarcoat it, you got people that's gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real. It's gonna take more than 1 day to hit a billionaire pocket. That's all I'm saying.
I agree with that 100%.
That's just like at your job. They'll tell you forever that we can't go a day without running. Josh, you work at a job, all the units done been down for a week. They ain't shut down yet.
No, they didn't shut
That's
down.
what I'm saying. They want you to believe it, but 1 day not gonna hurt. You're gonna have to do it for multiple days.
Yeah.
And I do feel like we can do this.
Now, don't get it twisted though. I said this, because I've talked to a few people about it. That's a good idea. But I will say this. If everybody was to participate like they should, the people who are going to participate, because we know everybody not. If a great deal of people do participate, and that small dent will draw awareness. Now that's not. So I think we can't also be in the mindset that 1 day is going to solve the whole thing.
It's not.
What we need to understand is that 1 day only creates the awareness. Now, once again, it's time to strategize. We need to, now we got to figure some things out. But I mean, it's gonna take a collective, man. We got to do it together, because if, like you say, somebody's sitting on there saying we got to do it, we're gonna do it.
They're gonna be online shopping at Walmart.
And then either they don't do it or they do it for that day, and then they turn it up, get exhausted by now the whole blackout thing is yesterday's news. It don't even matter no more. Back to the regular scheduled program.
And we just go by everything we did by the 20.
Now we just didn't even follow through with it.
I'm gonna just use you for example. Let's just say, Josh, I'm not even gonna say $1 billion corporation. I'm just gonna say $1 million.
Yeah. So
you got your ear, or you got your people that hear these things about, they gonna boycott. So you got to come up with a game plan. Now you on the other side of the fence. You not it, you them. So you know, always trying to come up with a game plan to be prepared for February 28th. Just like we get prepared for February 28th, Josh, they get prepared for February 28th, right or wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, so you got to look at this on both sides of the fence. Like, they ain't just sitting back saying, they ain't gonna do nothing. No, they getting prepared as if, they thinking themselves, how long we going to do this for, how long they gonna do this boycott, or what we need to do to make them stop it. Like, they coming up with a game plan. It ain't just they just sit back with their arm folded.
Okay, so here's one of the last situations as far as so corporate responses and future actions of the February 28th economic blackout. Corporate reactions. Many large retailers, including Amazon, Walmart, and McDonald's, have remained publicly silent on the boycott, likely to avoid drawing further attention. So that means, they know it's coming. They hear about it. They just ain't gonna say that because if I say something, more people know about it. You know what I'm saying? However, some corporations are privately monitoring sales data to assess its impact. Okay, so with that being said, now it's a chess, right? Now they trying to say, okay, so really I think
they know it's coming.
They know it's coming.
So they know we fed up, they know we tired, so they know we gonna do something.
So I guess the plan is this. It goes back to the DEI initiative and affirmative action, all of that. They say, all right, now Trump, you said you was gonna do this. Man, now look, they protesting, boycotting, what now? I mean, you need to, what? So does that help us in the next election phase? Do you think that changed the trajectory of how everything is being ran? I mean, do you think if we do this the right way, if we stick to it?
Man, we looking too far if we talking the next election. We talking,
4 years.
Man, we won't change right now. No, it's not. But as the community, like we won't change like within the next couple of months. Like we want them gas prices down. We want they $9.
Yeah.
We want them to see that we for real. We want them to change like the gas prices, the groceries, and stuff like that right now. Like going to the next election, that's too far because in 4 years, man, if we don't do it now, it ain't gonna tell them where Trump gonna take this time. So if it's gonna get done, it needs to be done right now. It needs to be done now.
So if participation remains strong, businesses may be pressured to adjust labor policies, DEI commitments, or pricing strategies to address the consumer concern.
So Ricky said raising prices throughout the year to balance the lost chess move. Courtney said we can't worry about them. We getting people for our benefits. We still take good freedom. I agree with both of them.
I agree with both of them. And at the end of the day, what's up, man? At the end of the day, I agree with Courtney. We have to sacrifice for success, like raising prices throughout the year to balance the lost chess move. But I mean, it's not gonna be easy. It ain't meant for. I guess you think we just gonna do it.
Yeah,
we gonna get our way,
bro.
It's a fight.
Work like
it's a fight.
It's gonna be a tell y'all. Like we know y'all want this shit to be all peace and cream.
It's not gonna be
real life. Don't work like it. If it was that easy, we'd have been done. Like it ain't just easy for people to just get up and say, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like some stuff we gonna have to put a better strategy for it. To it for. Like it ain't just if it was easy, put it like if it was easy, everybody would do it.
And like Courtney said, we can't worry about that. Like scare tactics can't push you away from what you got.
And that's what they're gonna try to do.
Like you have. I mean, that's anything. That's sports. That's battle. That's war, man. Like you act like you gonna punch and they ain't gonna punch back. You punch me. Let me stop.
You gotta be prepared for
the punch back, and you gotta be ready to counter. That's just life. I mean, so. Yeah, one day ain't gonna cut it.
No.
And when you come up with a plan, they gonna counter that plan. I mean, let's just keep it real. We can all sit and have our opinions and say stuff, but are we ready to actually do what it takes? Right. Are we ready to make those sacrifices? Are you ready to do that? And I'm gonna say this: if you're not ready to do it, then don't do it at all. That's me. You know what I'm saying? If and I'm talking about us as a collective. If we're not ready to go all out and do what we gotta do, then we can't do it at all. But no, don't back down because they start doing what they gotta do. I mean, that's what they're supposed to do.
You know, it's funny. I'm gonna say it do work. Let's just say it worked, and all the black guys start supporting you and you a center.
Yeah.
This where South Arkansas get treated. They see you in Seneca popular. What you think gonna happen to you in Seneca doing? We putting it all on the table.
Eventually, first and foremost, if two people start popping, they gonna find a way to turn against each other. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be the first thing, divide and conquer. But
I already talking about the boycott from
yeah. So, I mean, yeah, then you face a whole nother thing. But I will say this. Once again, man, like if I do start popping like that, if I get to that level, I need to start pulling up my people.
But the thing about that is,
I gotta pull up my people, man. I can't just forget about the people who got me where I'm at.
The thing about that is, I want to support African American, but we don't support African American. And I ain't even trying to be funny. It's the truth. Like we want to support African American, but we don't support it.
You're right. But then, we had these back and forths and these arguments about, we had these back and forths and these arguments about what we have to do. I mean, honestly, you got to do something. So that's why I'm not against the blackout. I support it. I hope come 12 o'clock tonight, everybody participate. Everybody, like I say, everybody get on this live, but share this stuff, spread the information out, and let's do it because we got to start somewhere. We got to know where it works. Because at the end of the day, though, remember this: if I am a $1 billion CEO of a company, and I'm instead of getting your money and you complaining, I don't care what you complaining about. I'm still getting your money.
And see, that's where a lot of people go wrong with. A lot of people go wrong or feel like you not with the boycott because you looking at it from a different point of view. Or you looking at it from like, okay, these people just not gonna sit back and not do nothing. You got to be realistic and think to yourself, like these people gonna do something. Something will be done. Like if we boycott tomorrow, they gonna do something March 1st. Yeah. If we do something March 1st, they gonna do something March 2nd. And a lot of people don't want to admit to it. I don't know why. Like they're not just gonna sit back and
we gonna have this time to work in. And I agree with that. We need to support black businesses. And I think now more than ever, if we gonna actually go through with this.
Somebody said, do you guys support black businesses now?
Yeah, I do. And at the end of the day, I encourage everybody to start sharing black businesses, start putting them on Front Street. If black people make soap, share the soap. If they gonna make socks, share socks. If they gonna make we know the ones who make plates and stuff around here. I encourage everybody, if we're going to go this route, this direction, support black businesses now more than ever. And we can start sharing them. If you can order them offline, put the websites out there, do what you got to do to uplift your people. Because it's hard to stand against a corporation if your foundation ain't right. That's the point I'm making. We don't even support each other. So how can we stand up against a whole big, well-established infrastructure? That doesn't make sense. How can we sit here and fight a big, well-put-together infrastructure if our foundation crumbling underneath us? You can't do that. So yeah, we need to support black business.
Like Courtney said, or it starts with the community.
It starts with the community, man.
You could get on Facebook and Snapchat and Twitter and all this and talk all this, talking about the boycott. But if you ain't right at home and your mindset ain't to do what's right with this boycott, we just spinning our wheels. So, I mean, we're going to have to get it right.
We got
That's the whole. We're going to have to get it right.
And man, you know, I'm glad that we take
this. We talked about the black spending power earlier in the show.
Yeah, 1.6 trillion a year. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money going out of our community. That's a lot.
I get that, but what I'm trying to see is if we not putting it there, where are we putting it for our needs?
Well, Dr. Umar Johnson always say this, and I mean I know a lot of people don't agree with Dr. Umar Johnson, but it ain't always listen. You may not agree with a person's delivery or how they talk, but man, if somebody can point you in the right direction, why would you sit there and mess up the whole game just because you don't like the way a nigga, like the way somebody talk? Listen, every black community should have three things: a school, a bank, and a grocery store. Okay? Yeah, schools, banks, grocery stores, and I'm gonna jump on the limb and say hospitals, practice. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a lot we gotta do, man, because it is a lot of money going out, and if we can get those core businesses or whatever you want to call it, those core things, then we can start working within each other. But until we do that, man, it's gonna be hard to go against these big companies. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we need to keep our spending power within us, because that's a lot of money we spend. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
My only thing with the money, okay, we spent out. She said 1.6 trillion.
That's a lot of money, man.
It is.
That's a lot.
But when you think about where's the 1.6 trillion going, that's just saying what we spend out. It ain't saying if it's going to our community or their community.
Oh no, it's not going to all.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not going to all.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is, out of that 1.6 million, how much of it can go to our?
It depends on what we build within our communities, man.
No, I'm not talking about what can we be a future. Because we talking about the numbers that we looking up.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like now and previous. Out of that 1.6 million trillion, how much could have went into our communities?
Man.
Like we can sit here and talk numbers all day.
Yeah,
but if it's nothing that I can buy the community that I need, how can you follow me to it? Or how can you follow anybody?
Where they gonna make what I just said? No, we gotta have these things in our community. We need grocery stores, we need banks, we need all of that in our community. And it starts with that, because if I got a grocery store, that's stuff that you need.
That's what I'm saying.
That's stuff that you need.
But let's just be honest. How many grocery stores is it actually in our community?
4.
Name.
You talking about like what I'm saying? Like
when I say outright, I'm saying like I just said outright.
Oh man, it's a lot now. I ain't gonna like there when you say that, or you talking about like major corporate grocery stores or just
I'm saying grocery stores that we put money back in our pocket.
Ooh, I don't know. And that's something that the people need to share with each other.
Why do you feel like we need to move? I'm just curious.
No, we don't need to move. I don't want to move, man.
I just say we couldn't boycott Amazon. I'm even harder than Amazon.
Yeah, I love El Dorado. I don't want to move, but I feel like this. It like this shouldn't be a thing where we back and forth with each other. This should be productive conversation where we trying to figure out a solution to our problem. Because even when we start boycotting them, we still have to find a way to support our community and lift it up. That's the main thing. To me,
keep saying support black owned.
Yes.
We support black owned. That's not what we're not saying we don't. We're saying if we need something that's not black owned, then what do we do? I probably got more black owned gear than anybody on this live. Like, I ain't gonna get into support black owned. I do that, but I'm saying if it's something out there that we need, because it is things that like that we need that's not black owned. So what do we do then?
And I think that's the informative part of this. Instead of, we can't keep just saying certain things. We need to point each other in the right direction, because I am more than willing. If you point me in the right direction and tell me where I can get all my anything I need black on, guess what? I'm gonna do it. I'm not against that.
Like he said earlier, show us the websites that got black owned soap. You know, show us the website that got.
We need that.
You know,
we need.
We're not saying we won't support it. We just don't know everything that's black owned.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not big on politics. I'm not big on none of this stuff. But as podcast people, as people who have a podcast that's pretty known around here, we doing our part, bringing this to, you know, to the.
And don't take this podcast as we're against the boycott or we against
I'm supporting the black boycott.
It's just us ranting about what's going on for tomorrow.
Like, this is us doing our part, actually.
Yeah.
Putting it out there. You know, this is what we do, so we put it out there. And everybody that's involved in certain aspects of life, you should be using your platform or whatever you do to do the same thing that we're doing right now. And that's putting it out there. Because I'm all for it. But I'm also all for organization, because if you're not organized, you're going to crumble every time. You know what I'm saying? But good.com. Now see, that's what that's what we do. That's what we do right there. We gonna.
I don't even really be on IG. Josh, you have to see me the IG stuff.
Sure, I'm going. I agree with Bird. You know, we shot black on, but you know, just because it ain't, you know, we still can get with that. You know what I'm saying? Africa full of trade and supply. We have to make the connection. I agree with that.
And see that's what this live got twisted up at. It went from let's stop supporting people who don't like us to we only gonna support black owned.
Christy, I agree with that 100%, and that's what I'm saying. Invest in building our own stores, schools, medical offices, banks. So many intelligent black individuals that can do so much more. I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. We have to invest in us, support each other, investing in each other and supporting each other. That's the main thing.
I agree with Bird.
You know what I'm saying? We done ran it up, man. You know what I'm saying? We about an hour, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Sean, what you got to say, you know, overall, how you feel about it?
And the only thing I got to say is tomorrow, if we gonna do this, let's do it and actually make it worth it. Don't just be on the social medias bumping your gums trying to make yourself feel like you for the cause, and realistically you don't care. Because you really got people out here that's, you know, about this. So, like Courtney said earlier, it all starts in our community at the end of the day. So, we're going to need everybody on board tomorrow. Money Bird, you know. She don't shop at these places.
She don't shop at these places, no day. You know,
I'm about to take some lessons from Bird. Because when I see somebody like I get it. I gotta stop doing that.
You gotta cut that out though. So,
but man, all jokes aside though, man, like this is my thing with the whole situation. If you want them to actually feel it, you got to do it. And I ain't just saying getting on social media and sharing a little screenshot that you done find. That's not doing it. Like, if you gonna do it, do it.
Yeah, right.
Don't buy from Walmart. Don't buy from Target. Don't buy no gas if you gonna do
it. And once again, man, like I say, this podcast, this is last minute, man. We played this yesterday. Let's go and do it. This is us doing our part. I am fully supportive of the economic blackout tomorrow. I hope everyone participates. If you are seeing this or you know somebody, put the word out. Everybody participate in this because it can bring the change that we need.
Hey, go read Greg comment.
Greg who?
That's the same thing I was saying. And regardless of what we say on this live, or I'm just gonna be honest. One thing I'm talking about we like is a save. I'm just agreeing with Greg.
Yeah.
One thing we like is a save.
So we gotta be strong, y'all. And
we do.
We gotta be strong. And like I say, I 100% support this boycott. I want everybody to share it and do what they do. But at the same time, don't put each other down. People, we need to start sharing information so we can do it. We need to start researching information. I'm going to start researching more information. Let's do it like that. But let's lift each other up, man. Let's support each other. Man, first and foremost, man, I thank everyone who supported the Phresh Mental Podcast. Shout out to Shakola Bird. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing your thing. Shout out to Loso. You know, we sticking to it, man. We support.
Hey, can you drop some shirts so I can support Blackout?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna drop some shirts for y'all soon.
But let me get some one-on-one.
No. Hold on. Like I said, we appreciate everybody supporting the podcast. We appreciate everybody who gave their input on this because we all need input on this thing, man. It's not, one person don't have all the answers.
Nah, it's gonna take a village.
It's gonna take a village.
But first, she got all.
But yeah, man. So make sure y'all uplift each other, man. Support Black businesses. Participate, and man. And besides that, man, if it ain't nothing else to say, you got anything to say? Bird, you good?
Good, man.
Hey, y'all, keep it fresh, man. We out, man. Appreciate y'all.